let's talk transfers in the NPFL. Now, Shegun,
Thank God.
Shegun, I don't know if you're listening. Now, I have this friend, Shegun. He's never been convinced about NPFL players. When they move from the NPFL, they move 2-3 years. They move to not, to one, us countries in Europe that we don't know of, or to another African team, and 2-3 years they are back in the NPFL. He has always stood on that. I tend to disagree.
Shago, one bottle of wine for you. Me and you were on the same box on this one. Oh.
I just feel that these players are good enough, but at the end of the day, there are several examples you could look at.
They are not good enough. They are not good enough. Let's not deceive the listeners.
I'm keen to hear your thoughts on that, but there are several examples. NPFL players, they do so well. They just move to one country in Africa. After 2-3 years, they are back in the NPFL, or you don't hear about them anymore. Now, Anayo Iwala is an example, that comes to mind now, because yesterday I saw in news that he's moving to another Algerian club on loan from Esperance in Tunisia. Now, since leaving the NPFL, I'm pretty sure 80% of Nigerian fans have forgotten about Anayo Iwala.
Because he's not giving us the performance that will make us talk about him.
That's another angle. Yeah, he's not giving us the performance. But now he's moving to a country, a team in Algeria. That's, like I said, that's an example, a fresh one that comes to mind now. So many players, the goalkeeper,
Locosa, a lot of people like that.
Some players are good.
Why is this guy that played for Lobby Stars?
That do so well in the NPFL.
They call him a beast or something. Jesus Christ.
I can't remember the name now.
Tony Okotu.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in Qatar. I think these things happen. What is the reason? Is it that these players don't plan their moves? Or like you were saying, that they are not just good enough to cut it out in leagues out there? And what could be the reason?
So let me explain this. And this guy is in the building today, so he would reiterate this very well. I coached a bunch of 25 players or 23 players. I got him fired, so I coached a bunch of 25 players. Became 23. Those players, Charles Amaikwe. Let me pick a few from them. Charles Amaikwe, Alfred Cousin, Mwakberu, Ochuku, Aaron Numukoro. Let me focus on those guys. Joseph America. Those are some of the most talented footballers that I have seen in a particular time. They were good footballing wise, but they were poor character and attitude wise. Football talent is highly and super overrated. What keeps you in the game at a very high performance level is attitude. And you can go from this up the graph to down the graph with a tweak in your attitude. So if you don't have the attitude, is what makes you go to training and train giving your all, especially in an era where everything is measured by science. So there is finite measurement to everything you do. But back in the day, you say go 40 lap, and he knows. You see some people just throttling. You tell them put pace, they just throttle the be at the back. And then some other people will be running in front. And when you select the team, you select those people in front, those people at the back will be complaining. I had a player like that. I didn't want Colombia. He's late now. Fantastic player. He played for Ebonyi United. To tell you how good he was. Very good player. Like, he's got everything. He's a Darwin Nunes or a Jimmy Floyd Asaba. Very tall, athletic. He could run, he could sprint, he could score goals with left, right foot. He could head. But his attitude was disgusting as they come. But guess what? That attitude was picked up from both the streets of Warri and the previous coach, Coach Aso, that he worked with. If you look at the Nigerian League is filled with a lot of coaches that cannot even lace the boots of Coach Ayori anymore. They are obsolete, they are old school, they have attitude that is not good. Go and interview Nigerian coaches. As much as the interview you give to them, a Nigerian coach will say something like, "Them," like he's not part of the team. Them. What do you have to say about it? They will do this, they will do that. You don't say that. It's we. And it's in those little finite details that you see the real thing. And then go to a training of Nigerian coach. You see a Nigerian coach is training a player, and say some words that you can't even use like on radio, okay, on a show like this. Those things really matters at the end of the day. The mentality that you put in the players over a period of time is now what they take out of that footballing space to go to another league. So when they go to that other league, the first thing that changes I was with Ishak when I was going to Port Harcourt for the Rivers United trophy winning moment. And we got talking. So what you guys saw was the one that was recorded. But off the record, we got talking. And I said, what happened? Why have you decided to leave Rivers United? And he said, if they agree to give him 2 million every month, he will stay. But because, I mean, everybody wants to stay at home. Why does he? Where's the club he went to again? Finland or somewhere?
In Slovenia.
Slovenia, yeah. He went to Slovenia. Now, the reason why he's going there was that in January, a club from Belgium offered Rivers United $300,000, €300,000 for him to come, and then they refused. And knowing that at the end of the season his contract was running out, but they refused. Who is his manager? Okay, let me not even mention his manager now because I mean it might be conflict of interest. But let's leave that one aside. And then he got to this club in Ukraine who were willing to give him, I think it was €10,000 every month, and he goes from earning 400,000 naira a month. 450,000 a month at Rivers United to now earning this money. But that wasn't his problem. He was even willing to stay if they give him 1 million every month, because staying at home does him a lot of good. He said, but when he went on that trials, because that day he was just coming back from Europe, when he went on that trials, what he saw was the attitude, the way they treat people was different from how they are being treated here. They are being you treat players like you are helping them, like they are scavengers, like they are hopeless people. Box to box, G12, 36 Lions treat players way better than our professional football clubs. And sometimes we invite you to come to government house that you want to see governor. You will stay there, you go there by 10 and you wait from that 10 to 10 p.m. in the night. You've not seen them. So those kind of things already make the players feel worthless, see useless, feel like they are not good enough. And then when you put them in a professional environment, there is no more work ethic.
Hello guys, I'm Dr. Jamal. I'm from Ethiopia. You are watching Legbete TV Radio. Please subscribe.
Hello, my name is Dr. Nigam. I am from Pakistan and you are watching LBT TV Radio. Please subscribe.
Hi, my name is Abdullah Wali. I'm from Pakistan, the #1 country in the world in cricket. You're watching Legbete Sports TV Radio. Please subscribe.
I was speaking to a club president, a club chairman the other day, and I said, do you know that the contract you sign with your players, they are robbing the clubs because you're not activating the full usage of the contract. First, they are not doing media activation, media appearance. They are not doing anything. They just go from training to hotel, relax, go around, do anything they want to do, then come back to training. Match day, they go for match. There are other things you need to activate. When these players now go to those European places and realize that these are things like sponsors activities, special training, physio meetings, all those other things, they don't know how it works. So they're confused. That's the thing that I say they are not good enough. Not like talent-wise they are not good enough, but the system in Europe does not, the professional system does not measure talent. 25% of football is not talent. The other 75% is attitude, is education, is science, is all of that. Our players struggle to fit in. The reason why these grassroots players will go, Itawa Woni will go from street football, playing Coca-Cola, to playing under 17 and go to Europe. Liverpool signs him because of paperwork. He couldn't play for Liverpool. He went to Germany. He was the record goal scorer, record signing, the transfer, and the rest of them was because they were in a place where you can still mold them. You can fold them. If you take my son from Nigeria and take him to Russia and he spend the rest of his life in Russia, he's 3 years old. He will speak Russia like he was born, raised, and bred in Russia. Like he doesn't even understand English anymore. You wouldn't even. I mean, they are in Nigeria already. They don't speak with a Nigerian accent. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they're within the place where you can mold them. But if you take me anywhere now, I will still call children. I will still call church shush. I will still say chance. Because I was raised in Warri. Don't forget, I'm a UK born, right? But the tides are changed because of my environment. A man is a product of his environment and the things that is imputed in them. All of the informations and the way they were groomed as players in Nigerian league have made them enemies to their own career, but not knowing it. Subconsciously and subliminally, they've been informed and deformed. So now they can rise up to the challenge when you put them there. I mean, the highest transfer we've ever made out of this country is 3.7 million euros. Victor Osimhen from street football, one club in the Keja that doesn't even play local league, to Wolfsburg. That's the biggest transfer. A country like Nigeria, but we call us, we are a footballing nation with the giant of Africa, with the best. Shut up.
You know, these players, when they move, you just ask yourself the question, I hope 2-3 years time he's not going to low-key come back to the NPFL or come back to Nigeria.
All of them that goes from the NPFL. Kigo Ehiosu was on fire. It was banging goals. The few ones that goes and stay, like Oganekari Table, were just coming from youth team, join Warri Wolves, play 1 season and they're off.
Yeah.
If you play 5 seasons in Nigerian league, your career is doomed. Just play 5 seasons in Nigerian league, you can never make it anywhere again. This is not like I'm cursing you or saying bad things about anybody. I'm just stating the obvious that to survive Nigerian league, the information you are giving, the data they impute. Okay, so let me give you a very good example. I went to a primary school called Person Primary School. All my life, I don't know what a T-square is. And it can relate to this very well because he went to Uniben. All my life, I didn't know what a T-square is. I went to Port Harcourt and I saw primary 3 children carrying T-square to school. You see the disadvantage.
Yeah.
I've already been put in a place where my hands are tied behind the back to fight a boxing match with a giant who ordinarily is above my weight category. Even with my 2 hands, it will beat me. Now you're tying my hands behind my back. The coaching is fundamental. Let me give you a very good example of why coaching is fundamental. Raheem Sterling was playing under a certain coach called Brendan Rodgers. We saw how Raheem Sterling was playing. At the age of 17, Brendan Rodgers was already demanding that he should run, I interviewed a Nigerian player and he played 10 years at the national team. I'm not going to mention his name now. And I said, this was in 2014 when I was in Brazil. And I said, your time with the different coaches. No, I like to ask that question a lot. Your time with the different coaches. Talk to me about team tactics. And he said, one of the coaches told them that, boys, get the boys, oye. They will say, oye. Boys, oye. Interesting room, 15 minutes of halftime. Christian Chukwu, let's talk about him. It's Christian Chukwu. He said, boys, oye. Boys, oye. Now, the enemies are pressing us. Which enemy? We are playing football. The opponent, not the enemy. The enemies are pressing us. Give the ball to JJ. When you get the ball, give the ball to JJ. You know what to do. That's tactics. That's a Nigerian coach tactics. You understand? So we don't have the modern day information. When you follow Ayiri on social media, don't you enjoy just following him, seeing him doing the exercise, running in the treadmill, doing all that? I'm not trying to overhype Ayiri because I'm producing his content, but I'm just saying that this is what you want to see. Which of the coaches in Nigerian league today do you get excited about? Forget all these things we'll talk about: Liverpool, Man United, Man City, and the rest of them. Do you know that most of these teams that will support them because of the coaches?
Yeah.
Because why is anybody not supporting Newcastle? Nottingham Forest. Who cares about Steve Cooper? Are we selling copper wire here? It's the coaches that drags us to this team because we know that they are going to come with some inventive tactics, some selections, some transfer magic, some post-match comments that would excite everybody. We ask our coaches, I want to thank my governor first, I want to do this. Because that's what they do. And you know that in Nigeria, let me tell you another thing in Nigeria that is strange. Every club would tell their team manager, Moko give referee money, Moko arrange referee money for corner, but they don't go rob us, even for home matches. I'm telling you, like this is it. Referee come home and you're still hearing, they never call see us. So there is no way you can play 5 seasons in Nigeria and make it anywhere. It's like staying at home, not going to school all through, and then you want to pass exam. Even if you're born a genius, you don't go pass.
Well, I just hope things change. I'm just waiting for that player who might just make us change our opinions and change our minds, because these things are really, really sad to see. We love these players and want them to excel, not just in the shores of Nigeria, but also outside Nigeria and in other leagues as well.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.